Reese, do you know what POF stands for?
Personal offspring firearms.
You got a problem, we can handle that. I'm in the Cadillac, smoking like I got cataracts. Out the door, on the back, booted on the shorty, looking like a big apple. So maybe one pop off a top like a snapper, won't die.
This is the P15 BASE first shots. There's always something about the first shot of the day. I just love the smell. I love the sound. I love the feeling. Yeah, I think it runs pretty smooth. You know, this is a base model AR-15, but it kind of has the feel of like a higher end rifle. It feels like it's running smooth inside. I do notice off the bat what I do like is it feels like it cycles really smoothly. The bolt coming back, and that's because of that roller pin. It has a roller pin. If you guys don't know what a roller pin is, watch this. This is a bolt carrier group, or BCG. Normally this part is going to be moving just like that, in and out as it's extracting and chambering those rounds. Have a square cutout right here, and in this rifle you don't have that. You have a roller pin that slides. What that's going to do is going to make the whole bolt slide backwards a little bit easier and run smoother. You won't have that same wear and tear and stress on that big boxy piece of metal right there on your upper receiver slide. This is part of the reason why I think this gun might be worth $1,000. The model P15 BASE multi-caliber POF. I love that it's made in Arizona, and we have the E. Tell them what the E stands for, dude.
Exceptional.
No.
Extravagant.
It's not even a word. The E stands for E2 chamber fluting for easy extraction, or to ensure easy extraction. What that means, inside of right here, inside your chamber for your 5.56, what the E2 chambering does is it has a little bit of a gap. The bullet, it's going to leave a little bit of space around the shell, so that way the gas can help kind of blow that thing back. So as your bolt sitting inside your upper receiver, you have this is going to be sitting right in here, okay, attached to this. The E2 is the easy extraction, if you will. Sure's easy extraction. So you don't have this getting jammed up inside of your barrel in the chamber and then having a hard time pulling out, because you can ruin your extraction right here. Especially if you're running these things super hot. If you're shooting dirty rounds or there's a lot of gunk in there, debris, it may have a hard time extracting. So to limit the amount of failures you have, they have the E for E2. Basically, it's going to make it run faster, smoother, better, less failures, less issues, especially if you're running crappy ammo, which I know you guys do that. I do that. When you pull this thing out of the box, at a first glance, it doesn't look that special. I want to be fair. It looks like a normal AR-15. And Reese made the comment saying,
for those who don't know what they're looking for in guns like me, I noticed that it looked very cheap and I wasn't that impressed, but he was going over the fact that, like, no, you're not paying for the outside, the appearance. You're paying for everything on the inside. Like, it functions well, it's smooth, it's reliable, it's not going to get super dirty, like extraction. All those things that he's talking about, that's internals, which kind of makes sense to me in my head now.
It's like a woman. It shouldn't matter what it looks like. It matters what it
feels.
The heart. It matters what the heart is inside. For example, this is their $2,000 variant. Same company. Very good looking gun. Okay, well, we're gonna take some shots and see if we're even on paper. First shot, 100 yards. I'm actually crazy impressed with that. Let's go check it out. I think I'm just confused, dude. Definitely not designed to be a sniper rifle by any means. What I do like is that you kind of can. It was possible. This would be a really good hunting rifle or just an outdoor sport rifle. But if you needed to, you could throw on a bigger optic, 2x20, and you could shoot at a pretty decent range. This is not meant to be accurate to the center. This is not sighted in. This is just simply showing you guys where I'm hitting that at 100 yards. 1, 2, 3. I'm actually pretty impressed with that. I'm going to now use actual ammunition that's meant to be accurate. This was just surplus 5.56, nothing special. I'm going to go ahead and make the adjustments to come over and down. I'm gonna go ahead and put maybe 3 or 4 rounds right here. I'll show you guys what that looks like out of the 16.5-inch barrel. Shooting on left target. I do like also is you get a long 15-inch rail. A lot of companies for like their base model weapons, firearms, they don't have that. And that's really important to me, especially if I'm trying to put on a flashlights, maybe a side canted red dot, different types of vertical grips. You have a lot of space to work with, where in other models, you don't have that. You have a shorter rail or it's a half rail. The St. Victor, for example, to save weight, they cut out a lot of their rail. You only have a Picatinny up top, like right back here. It's just all kind of missing up in the middle. I don't like that. This is military surplus ammo, 3 shots at 100 yards. 100%, that's MOA. But now over here, I want to shoot a couple different rounds, different types of ammunition, different manufacturers, and see how accurate it can be with all types of ammunition. We're going to try some unlimited ammo. This is 77 grain hollow point, boat-tailed hollow point. Let's let up 3 rounds. This is only traveling 2750. A little bit slower, a little bit heavier, but in my opinion, in types of AR-15s, sometimes they like the lighter, faster stuff. Other times they like the heavier, slower stuff. Has to do with the barrel harmonics. And in this case, being a match grade barrel, I'm hoping that it likes everything because it is an awesome rifle if you can shoot all types of ammo and maintain accuracy. I will say, this is also shooting not with a bipod or a tripod, but on a range bag. The accuracy you're getting out of this setup is kind of crazy if you think about it. Let's try some 55 grain Blitz King. This thing is traveling 3,100 feet per second. Can't count that high, don't worry. I can't either. And in my opinion, from my experience, usually when it's traveling faster, it's going to hit a little bit higher. So I want to aim center still, but I'm gonna probably miss a little bit high. Yeah, it is a little bit higher, maybe an inch or 2 higher. This was the first one, 1, 2, 3. This was out of the same exact ammo as this right here. So the 55 grain standard military rounds, they're actually pretty accurate out of this guy. This is where things kind of opened up. This is where I tried the 27 right here, and I felt like it kind of opened up a little bit. This is probably 1.25 inches, 1.5 inches. Not great, not bad considering this is a direct impingement AR-15 for sub $1,000. In the Blitz King, these 3 aren't bad. You know, that's not terrible out of me with a range bag. And then this was actually the Hornady. It shot kind of a vertical string, but they were all pretty accurate. All these other ones have like left to right movement. The Hornady was just up and down movement, which that's not normal for them. Maybe it's the rifle, maybe it's me, maybe it's just the temperature out here. It's 120 degrees.
Maybe it's the freaking flies flying around.
It could be the flies. We are shooting in very unfavorable conditions. Flies, heat, yeah. So, but I'm impressed overall. What do you think, Reese?
I just want to shoot it.
Okay, let's cut to him shooting it.
For somebody who isn't rich yet, like, there's no reason for me to go spend over $1,000 if all the extra fancy things that I don't need are there. Like, if I'm gonna go collect stuff, sure, I get that. But the reason why I got a St. Victor originally is because it was under $1,000 and it was reliable, it was good, like it's a good entry-level weapon. Now I'm probably gonna go switch it for this because this just seems a little bit better than the St. Victor, at least for me. But that's kind of my initial thoughts on why I would want to get a base rifle. And I can go upgrade with parts as I need it, or as I get better, as I learn more about a weapon and what I'm shooting. What parts do I need? What can I go learn about those upgraded parts? There's no point in upgrading stuff if I don't know how to use it the right way. And I guess that's where my brain kind of goes from there.
So you get some really good parts inside of this base model that allows you to upgrade as you seem fit when you have the budget to do so. This is a fantastic rifle out of the box for most people. It is not your high-end rifle, but you can build it there. It is also not just your entry level. This has internals that are kind of borderlining that really nice high-end rifle build. So I do want to be a little bit honest. When I first got this trigger out of the box, I know it's a mil-spec trigger. If you guys shoot a lot of mil-spec weapons, you know that they're not known to be great or reliable, accurate triggers. They have their hiccups sometimes. This was no different. Out of the box, I had a little bit of a hard time to timing it. What I mean by timing it is if I'm shooting as fast as I can downrange, the reset wasn't as consistent as I'm used to. That's the fairest way I can possibly say it. And so I was having a little bit of a hiccup. I didn't really like it. So I actually called my POF rep and I said, hey, I don't like this trigger. I think something's wrong. They literally had me come into their facility this morning. They put a different mil-spec trigger into it. It was a little bit tighter. It ran flawlessly after that. And so what I like about POF is they're going to take care of you. If you get a base model and you don't like your trigger and you have a little bit of a hiccup or a catch, return it. They're going to take care of it. It'll probably take 2 weeks. They'll ship it back out to you. They will make sure that you're taken care of. I like that about them. So after the new trigger, we have some footage of it shooting flawlessly inside their facility. That to me, that's a good company. They're going to act fast. They're going to take care of you. They're not paying me to make this video. They don't offer me anything to make this video, in fact. And so the fact that they're going to take care of me, not knowing I'm doing this, and put the right trigger in there for me, fantastic. But they make awesome triggers you can buy from their website. They have these drop-down triggers like this. They have some flat-facing ones that I think are about $200. And they also have some that have a little bit of a curve to it. I think they're about 4.5, 5-pound triggers, but they're about $150, I think, on their website. And a drop-in trigger, they're very easy to use. You take out the mil-spec trigger and you put these things in there, and now these things can run a lot faster. And in conjunction with the roller pins and with that E2 fluting inside the chamber ring, this thing can run super fast, super well, no hiccups, no problems, and it feels like it's a high-end rifle.